So, I haven't made a video like this in a while, but I think it's time. So, as you guys know, the Minnesota thing with the woman happened today. And there's been a lot of mixed discourse around the situation. Asmongold has had some interesting takes. So, this person right here, it's called Disinformation Tracker. I mean, I wanted to say this was a Hassan alt account, but it might just be one of his orbiters. I don't know. I just know that they consistently A-log Asmongold. And so, of course, it came as no surprise that they're going to go ahead and, pay very close attention to what happened. Let's just see what Asmongold's take was on the situation. I might get the full clip, but
I can't with these people trying to call this a murder and all that shit. Well, hey, maybe they shouldn't be in front of the car. The thing is that you're never going to convince these people that it's not, okay? Like, it doesn't matter. The only thing you have to do is crush them. You crush them completely. You never go, like, after you say, basically after you run one of them over, right, or you shoot one of them for trying to run you over, then you victory lap around it, and you send in more people, and you do it even more. I can't with these people trying to...
So, I mean, I've got on record saying this, that Asmongold is probably, like, the most basic, and I mean basic in a good way, not like basic bitch shit. Basic kind of reactionary embodiment of typical America, which it kind of is. This is kind of like the culmination of everything that the liberals have caused. Really, it's been long overdue, right? It was disgusting when BLM did it. Let's not forget all the atrocities that BLM did. Nobody on the lefty media will remind you of this. They will never bring it up, just like they will never bring up the wrongdoings of Joe Biden or Barack Obama. Anytime you see a Midas Touch video, just remember you're going in purely being tricked right off the get-go, because they will never reveal negative information about themselves. And the second they do, in any way, shape, or form, they're going to do the whole lessening of the blow. Personally speaking, Midas is worse than Asmongold, realistically, because at least Asmongold is authentic and honest about his response. As you know, depending on how you see it, some people will be like, he's crazy. Other people will be like, this is understandable because it's been boiled over, it's been boiling over. Regardless of the fact, at least he's authentic about that. Midas Touch, Ben from Midas Touch, I totally don't work for Netanyahu guys. Those guys, yeah, they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to get back to you. They're just going to keep saying Orange Man bad and making thousands, if not millions of dollars off of Donald Trump's name without giving back anything to you. So anytime you see these left-wing media, independent media guys, secular talk, I think I saw some weirdo named Keith Edwards today or something. I don't know. A bunch of these lefty guys are so fucking annoying that they make me just be like, yeah, Asmongold real. Asmongold follow. Because, like, they're so deceptive and annoying on the left. Like, that's been one of their main problems. Deception and annoying. Like, every fucking time. You want more of the seat? Gavin Newsom, the guy that's gonna probably run against JD Vance, literally blocked the bill to prevent people from taxing the rich. So again, it's like Mr. Sanders with the millionaires and the billionaires, except Mr. Sanders is now a millionaire, or he's now a billionaire or whatever. So now it's just the millionaires, whatever. And as you can see, this is what happened. Basically the tale of the tape is that the woman tried to run over an ice guy, and the ice guy just unloaded a mag into her while she was like moving to the side or something. I don't know. There's like a bunch of audio all over the place. There's a bunch of video. At this point, I've kind of reached the realization that it really is just interpretation and how you interpret it, right? Because, I mean, if you're on the left, you're going to say, obviously, that you're going to try to read this woman's intention and just be like, my victimization, she was totally not thinking anything nefarious or being a piece of shit, right? That's probably what you're gonna say if you're on the left, and you're gonna blame the ice guy. If you're on the right, you're probably gonna be like, must self-defense, etc., etc., etc. I kind of already get it. Now, I don't want to fence it or anything, so I'll just be real. I don't really care about this. Like, I don't care that it happened. Like, I'm not going to like jizz on it, like Asmongold is doing right now. But I'm not gonna moral grandstand about it like the liberal leftist media. You know, I've seen some very, Midas touch, man. These people, for all the bullshit that they love to be like, Trump is divisive, yada, yada, yada. They do the same divisive rhetoric that Donald Trump does, they claim he does, except in a left-wing kind of morality. My morality is telling me that this is like, Jesus Christ. I just can't. Like, again, I'm not gonna jizz over this being like amazing and getting like a nut off like Asmongold is doing. But I'm just gonna say that I understand why he's like this, and I understand why people feel the way he does. Because again, where was this energy? Where was this like, like victimization, for people that were getting fucked over by BLM? I mean, there was none. It was just BLM being encouraged to just be a pack of wild animals, therefore fitting their own narrative, like their own stereotype, LOL, and just a bunch of gorillas moving around, destroying the world. So, you don't like stereotypes, don't live up to them. But there we got that going on. And yeah, I can't really blame him. Apparently the woman was like a liberal or like a lesbian or some shit. You know, like, again, it's not gonna be like one of those things where I'm just like one of the MAGA guys or the influencers, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, take that, Liv. Because I mean, like, truthfully, I don't have enough energy to give a shit about who this person was, anything about their life. Like, here's the main thing: I'm not trying to be doomer pilled or black pilled or anything. I'm just real pilled. Like, this happens literally every day. This is just used to make Trump look bad. Literally. And it's like, if you want to do that, go for it. But, like, don't blame people like Asmongold for having this freaking reaction. Because, this has been a long time coming, pretty much. Anyway, we continue on. This is probably the best thing to follow, just because they just spend hours of their life, hyperfixating on this guy. Like, to an absurd degree to where they get freaking, like, a bunch of fucking weird clips or something. I mean, they dedicate their life to doing this. That says enough as it is. He's probably Asmongold's #1 fan based off of that. But we're about to get to the good part, because I don't want to make you guys think that I clickbaited you in any way. Because, yes, Asmon does own freaking Destiny. Stephen Bennell, Mr. Age is just a number over here. What a Chad, guys. He's definitely the guy you want takes on with this. So anyway, the reason Asmongold is celebrating the fact that Ice Baby heated a woman is not because he thinks she was a threat. Everyone who has seen the video knows that. It's because she has daily fantasies of offing people, which he restrains his people from going off of. And, like, yeah, so what? Like, so fucking what? You think we don't? You think anybody? You think BLM didn't? You fucking weirdo. Like, this is the kind of dishonest bullshit that I can't take. Like, this is one of the accounts that is just the most, like, kind of like I use Midas just to do the fucking, like, stalking shit. Like, they just stalk their fucking target, like, weirdo freaks, right? That's the same reason I use people like this. Like, they just stalk Asmongold. I mean, I have more things going on in my day. I'm sure the lovely people out there do as well. But we need freaks like this to, essentially hyperfixate on another man, basically. So this account right here, he gets to put out all this shit. He gets to hyperfixate on another man, because that's not sus at all. He gets to stalk Asmongold like a freak. And, it's... At least he gets the sauce. The sauce, as the weebs used to say. Give me the sauce, man. Anyway, Asmongold says this. All right. He continues to say he's a sadist who enjoys torture. I mean, that's pretty much like par for the core with its fan base. I'm sure, like, there's a market for that. Like, the problem I have with this account is it's trying to, they're trying to do the tipster thing. If you guys remember Tipster, he was a commentary community guy that would always moral grandstand and try to pretend dark didn't exist. Like he would try to pretend the world was sunshines and rainbows, and if you showed one like dark flaw in you or one reality, authentic self, right? Your authentic self. You're evil and you should be blackballed and you should be. This person does the same tipster bullshit. It's annoying, it's redundant. It's like, oh my god, Asmongold is being real. Oh my god, what a terrible, terrible thing. It's like, and couple that with the fact that this is nothing compared to how leftists have, articulated themselves in the past. Like, again, it's what is a disinformation tracker? Rules for thee, but not for me, right? Rules for thee, but not for me. Like, this is why you should never take accounts like this seriously. They'll just manipulate and warp. They'll do half-truth bullshit. They'll just do this disgusting stuff. But, Asmongold just go ahead and he owns Mr. Destiny here. Destiny with the take of like, this is the type of shit Asmongold are cheering on. He goes ahead and, people are getting involved. Here's an eyewitness video of the shooting posted by Daniel Suter on Blue Sky, I think. Yeah, I think that's Blue Sky. Captured the actual moment itself, blocked by the car, yada, yada, yada. And the fact alone that this was blocked and shit, and it's still like, I mean, I don't think we have full-on shit to prove this or whatever. But again, it just comes down to interpretation. When it comes to things like this, I think we should, if you're not so in-depth with the tribe and shit, you can look at this from a middle ground. From the middle ground, what I assume happened is, and this is just an assumption, but I assume is the woman had a little temper tantrum, probably did try to run over the fucking officer, woman moment, and then the officer probably had like a delayed reaction or thought that they were going to do something else because they had already shown to have like impulsive, tendencies and try to already, if nothing else, intimidate, the officer or whatever. And I also think that like the reason this is being amplified is also because people want to set the precedent that this is not going to be BLM 2.0. We're not going to have like monkeys trying to jump on officers and like, Mayo monkeys jump on officers, and we're not going to have any of this stupid shit, being cheered on by Midas, where you get to assault officers and stuff, where they just champion and dog whistle, for all the bullshit the leftist media love to say, oh, the right-wingers dog whistle. You guys dog whistle every single day of your lives, and you try to mask it as moral righteousness. I hate the left for this reason, and I can never give the left any due anymore because they're continuing to do this rhetoric. They say do not divide. They're currently dividing. They are literally dividing. They're doing exactly what they were condemning Trump for doing a month ago. They have pedophiles of their own that they're not gonna fucking disparage or smear like they're doing Trump. Like, yeah, you can criticize Trump, and I've criticized him plenty. You can go back to certain videos and find those. I haven't taken them down for a reason. But regardless of that, and we're coming full circle at this point in time, as somebody that has shown time and time again to be objectively unbiased, regardless of whether or not this goes against my views, I finally landed on the thought, the truth, the reality, if you will. It really is, at the end of the day, what aligns with you more? Would you rather have 20,000 monkeys jumping and screaming Wakanda forever and attacking people? Or would you like to have like, a casual, maybe like occurrence of this happening because, a woman wanted to throw a little bit of a temper tantrum? There's a lot of things that could go into this or whatever. I've never been like much of an optics guy. Fuck your optics, to be honest, guys. All right, I only give a shit about my fans. Those are the only people that matter to me, to be real. If you want me to be real, yeah, if you're part of my crew, if you're part of the league, part of the reference, no. But if you're a part of my fan base, you are pretty much the only ones I care about, to be real. Anybody else is like kind of just irrelevant. It doesn't really matter what they say. And then we should tell them the same thing, TBH. But yeah, this is what I believe happened. I don't think, personally, that I'll be celebrating or like jizzing on anybody's grave or anything, but I understand where Asmongold is coming from. I also understand the conflicting kind of like whatchamacalls, like information and whatnot coming out. Elon Musk making a take here. Asmongold says, "Rip bozo. They told her to get out of the car, and she put it in reverse and try to run over the officer and drive away. Comply with the police and don't try to run him over. This angle shows it better." So again, Asmongold just kind of graping Destiny, the guy who likes them below 18. And we got Elon over here. You know, he says, yes, if an officer of the law says stop, you stop. Attempting to murder them with a car obviously requires self-defense. All right. Anyway, that's pretty much it. If anything else, I will say it is probably one more critique. They said this was an ICE officer. Allegedly, they're not hiring the best for ICE. I'll give them that critique, because if you've seen the fucking website for the application, you don't need much criteria to actually do this shit, which is kind of depressing, to be honest. Basically, you can hire thugs and fucking homeless off the fucking street and make them your ICE agents. If nothing else, I'll do better in these hiring processes, I guess. Don't take any fucking dipshit bum, you know, off the street to become an ICE agent just because they need a free little payday or some shit. You know what I mean? That's probably the only critique I can give the right. But other than that, I just kind of look at it as an ends justify the means. We want to get the message that you do not get to act like orangutans and be, you know, BLM quote unquote protesters that are definitely not beating the shit out of the police. Like, we had this for 7 years and we saw where shit was going from that. Okay, it shouldn't be that hard to understand. No, you're not allowed to be orangutans and beat the shit out of fucking police officers, dog. That's not it. All right, we tried this for 7 years, you know, begrudgingly because of the Democrats. Didn't work, only got shit worse. Let's bring back law and order. All right, these people are not perfect. That's, you know, as I've given the critique. Yeah, we should not be allowing regular bums off the street to be able to just join ICE because we lack the people to actually fucking join it or comply with it. Okay, that's pretty much it. I don't know. Those are my two thoughts, homie. But yeah, let me know what you think. I'll talk to you in the next video, guys. Have a good rest of your day. And remember, don't be a rebot.